How do you know when it's time to quit? If all you've ever done was been taught how to keep fighting, how do you know when it's time to quit? Go back down here at the little barn. See if I can not get run over today. Tonto acting all spooky last few days. Now she got Josie acting spooky. Josie trying to run over me when she's coming in the barn. So I'm like, maybe I should decrease the amount of feed I'm feeding her too. Just trying to put a little bit of weight back on her. Just wormed her. And, but yeah, I'm going to turn this around and show y'all. She's all wound up. Yeah. What you wound up so much for? I'll show you why. Because her buddy that always tells her what to do has been standing out there all concerned about them neighbors' dairy calves. Yeah. So now she got her all concerned. And since I've been increasing her feed, it's a combination of the two. So now she's wound up. So, hey y'all, this is Marie from our Okie homestead. Kind of wanted to give an update on Bandit, the paint gelding. He seems to be doing about the same. I'm not noticed any big changes or anything. He still gets out, does whatever he wants to do. He likes to go out there and roll in the mud. He actually come over here to me. He's like, "Are you gonna brush on me some?" I didn't plan on it. He says, "What? You didn't plan on it?" But look, needs it bad. Oh, he's still got the swelling. It's just not quite as bad as it was. We got hair coming off the belly too. Yeah. But, oh my goodness. So, anyway, I got clean stalls, not groom horses. Yeah. Gotta clean your stall. See, he's rubbing his tail, and you know that is a sign of worms, of parasites. But they did the fecal on him too, and he had already been doing this, and I think it's the swelling in the sheath that's making him do that. Because I know with mares, sometimes they'll get gunky stuff between their udders, and it'll make them itchy, and it's like they'll be doing this, and if you make sure and clean the gunk out from between the udders, they'll quit. But at this point, it's like, well, if the swelling starts getting worse again, then we may have to see about getting him some medication and going from there and seeing if we can keep some off, because otherwise he just gets to do what he wants. I mean, to me, he's earned his retirement, even though he never really had to work hard anyway. But, fuzzy face. Yeah, your fuzzy face. Ugh. See? Yeah. Yeah. There's really fuzzy up here. You don't want that messed with, though. Yeah, I know. But that's the worst part. That's what needs to come off. I know. It feels so bony under that hair, too, on their head. Yeah. Whew. That's why he don't like it being, look at it all in his nose. I get hair on your nose, all in your nose. Yeah. Getting the hair in the nose. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It's going to be, I'm going to have hair all in my nose. All right. I got to get back to work. Whew. Yeah. So, He's doing about the same, no worse for wear. So yeah, I know, I'm fixing to clean your stall, and I'm gonna put some hay in there. I can't stand here and pet on you all day. Yeah. Got hunks of hair right there. Anyway, I gotta get my cart. Go rub on a tree. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want me to rub on you again, don't you? Mm-hmm. You got sleepy in your eye. Your other eye. I don't want the sleepy. Let me see. Oh, God. Yuck. Had to get the sleepy. Can't help it. I'm not petting on you. I'm trying to take a break. I just got done cleaning your stall. Your stall's clean. One of my sad realities is the horse days are coming to an end. Because physically I just am not able to handle them anymore. Most especially if they're upset, hurt. They're so big. Even hauling Bandit to the vet and just having to hold the lead like this. I have arthritis everywhere and arthritis in my shoulders. Threw my shoulder out for like 4 or 5 days just from holding the lead. And he gave me a little bit of grief loading in the trailer because he hadn't loaded in years. So it was a matter of pressure and release. So just holding that rope and holding pressure on it till he stepped forward for the release, that pressure, it just set my shoulder off. So that is the reason, the biggest reason why we're transitioning away from the horses and going to the goats, because the difference of handling a 100 to 200 pound goat versus a 900 to 1200 pound horse, it's a huge difference. Huge difference in the expense and the amount of feed and stuff too that you have to unload, the amount of hay that you have to buy and unload. I mean, it all adds up. And so it's kind of I guess when everybody else to see so many other people just starting out, and here I'm looking at how many days are left that I can actually physically do any of this. I've already spoke to the vet about another one of the oldies that we have, one of the little mares, and she's suffered with choke for years. And so we're just, like I said, we're transitioning, we're at the end of it, and I've never been one to just take unwanted animals and just dump them at a sale. I've never, especially when it comes to the horses. The horses have a huge soft spot for many people. And the reality of it is I've got to transition away from them, and I hate that. I hate it. I never... Anyway, I don't know about anybody else, but I actually prefer to get things from one feeding to another. Like, should be in here later to eat. Probably. I don't know. After the way she's acting this morning, I may not let her in to eat separate. I may leave them all out there and use the big trough. I can feed them in 2 different places between the big trough and this other trough. But I think I'm going to move the big trough over here somewhere because it's treacherous in the mud over there. So I'm going to get off of here, and since she was all acting up and stuff, the little bit of poop she got in here, she done turned it all up. So I'm going to try to get that part cleaned up, and then that way it'll be clean and ready to go for whatever, whether I let her in or have to use it for something else. Who knows? Things change around the farm all the time, and you never know. Certain situations are going to come up. So I try to stay prepared for stuff, but it don't always work out. I'd rather be prepared than not. I prefer myself to go to figure out how many pounds of grain you're going through in a day, and then figure out how much you need for a month, and just go into the feed store once a month. Unload it all on a nice, beautiful day like today, and not have to worry about, make sure I close this gate, not have to worry about going to the feed store and having to unload feed if it's a rainy day or something. You know, I'm always trying to plan ahead. Spending time down here in the little barn, hanging out with Bandit. He's doing fine. Just kind of wanted to go over a few things with the transitioning of our farm. I've had some people ask me about that, and it's mostly because of the physical issues as we've gotten older, and other health issues have popped up. It's just becoming harder and harder to deal with the size of livestock that these full-size horses are. Thank goodness they're not some kind of draft breed. How do you know? How do you know when it's time to quit? Oh, it's just all about changes. That's all it is. It's just constant changes. I really wonder about some people that always seem to have everything together. I don't know if I'll ever get everything together. It seems like the harder I work sometimes, the more things become a mess. I don't know. So, what do? Keep trying, I guess. Y'all have a good one. Bandit says, that's all, folks.